Seahawks fans, I need your help. We are closing in on 68,500 subscribers here on the channel. I would love to get there before the first preseason game, but we need your help. We're less than 150 away from reaching that next milestone. For daily Seattle Seahawks news and rumors, live shows 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays here on the channel. Breaking news, Q&A mailbags, and more. We're all over Seahawks Training Camp. You got to be subscribed. Best part about it, 100% free. Doesn't cost you a thing. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV to subscribe now, and we'll get started with today's show. Training camp is in full swing for the Seattle Seahawks as we're just over a week in. The pads are on, and they are popping, my friends. On this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today, we will go over the winners and losers so far from the first several days of Seahawks training camp. Tyler Jones, your fearless leader, here with you. Thanks for joining us. We are back to football, folks. We are just over a week away from the Seattle Seahawks taking the field in live game action for the very first time when they take on the Las Vegas Raiders. And if you've missed any of our training camp coverage, no need to fear. Your fearless leader is here, breaking down our 5 winners from training camp so far, as well as our 2 losers to this point. So, without further ado, I am of the belief that in life you're either a winner or you are a loser, one or the other. Let's tell you who those individuals are here on today's show. We begin with JSN, Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Did y'all see that viral photo the other day of him signing a jersey that said, "My Njigba"? That was hilarious. Glad that he could have a nice laugh with that. JSN entering year 3. He is the, without question, number 1 receiver for the Seattle Seahawks as DK Metcalf has departed. He's coming off a Pro Bowl campaign. And not only is he that go-to guy, but now we're starting to see throughout training camp, Seattle's trying to expand that route tree a bit and make him more than just a slot receiver. And he's selling it pretty well when it comes to his capabilities, that even guys on the other side of the ball are noticing, like Pro Bowl safety Julian Love, who had this to say about JSN. I definitely want to categorize him as just a slot receiver. He's one of the best receivers in the league. I think he has every skill set you need to be a top-end receiver in this league. Speed, route running, catch radius, yards after catch. He has everything checked off. I can't speak highly enough about Jax. He works hard. He has a little chip on his shoulder. I hope he gets the recognition that's warranted this early in his career. He's not just a slot receiver, folks. And if you need an example of this, go back to his days when he was playing for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And at Ohio State, they did a really good job of using him on the outside in addition to as a slot receiver. And I think we all remember a couple of years ago that infamous Monday night game that Drew Lock started when Geno Smith was hurt. Who scored the game-winning long touchdown pass? Oh, yeah, that was Jaxon Smith-Njigba. All right? And with DK gone now, Tyler Lockett gone, and you bring in a slot receiver in Cooper Kupp, you really don't want to go with 2 slot receivers as your top guys. You need to expand JSN's role, and that is what you're doing here. He is going to be used more on the outside. That doesn't mean he's not going to be used in the slot anymore, but they are going to have to move him around to get the most out of him. And it's already working well for this Seahawks team so far in training camp to this point. Do you believe in Jaxon Smith-Njigba? It is our pinned comment today. You might get an ad break while the ad's playing. Get your votes in. Let us know what you think. Type B for believe, D for don't. Weigh in and tell me what you think. Up next on our winners list, this is one that should be music to everyone's ears. K9, Kenneth Walker III. He's been banged up a lot. Even this year, he was already banged up some and missed most of the offseason program. Well, he is back and better than ever, off to a hot start in Seahawks training camp right away from day one. And he's caught the attention of his head coach, Mike Macdonald, who said this: he looks great. He's in a great spot mentally. Awesome to see him do all the things we want him to do from the get-go. I know he's really excited about what's going on. This is big for the Seattle Seahawks to have this from Kenneth Walker III. And you think about with K9, it's never been a question about his talent level. It's been, can he stay healthy? And you look at what's kind of held him back. The offensive line, the injury issues. If the offensive line is improved, and if K9 can stay healthy, then this should be a marriage that should work, and we should see the absolute most out of Kenneth Walker III. And this is a pivotal year for K9, all right? There was already plenty of rumblings about him being traded. Kenny McIntosh is out for the year now. We're going to talk more about him coming up later on. You're a little shorthanded already at the running back position. You need the absolute best out of K9, and with him in his final year of his contract, he's got a lot to play for. I don't know if he's back in Seattle next year, but what I hope is that he has a big season. The Seahawks run him into the ground, get everything out of him as possible, and then they make a decision about his future later on, and he plays well enough that he makes the decision tough for Seattle of what to do with him. Because right now, the decision's pretty easy. You're not re-signing Kenneth Walker III if you had to make that decision today. But if he has a big year, then we can talk and we can negotiate a little art of the deal action potentially if he can have a big season this year. That's a big if. Next up, we find quarterback Sam Darnold on the winners list. Sam Darnold, the first-year starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, coming over from the Minnesota Vikings. And I'll be frank, not every day has been great for Sam Darnold, but there's been a whole lot more good than bad for the new Seahawks QB1. And the big thing that I like what I've seen from Sam Darnold, and this kind of picks up from where he left off in the offseason, is that he's played under Clint Kubiak. He knows this scheme, he knows this system, and he is kind of teaching it to everyone else, all right? And what we're seeing is that he is taking command of this offense. And he had this to say as far as what his role looks like, what he wants to do in this offense. He's got this down perfectly. Listen to this. If you get a chance to push it down the field, we all have the confidence in the world that guys are going to go up, make plays. If we do check it down to a running back, tight end, or even a receiver, they're going to be able to run after the catch. He understands the assignment. One of the things Sam was talking about was, hey, we're going to run the football. We're going to be a run-first football team. We're going to use that to open up the passing game. He is not going in saying, hey, I want to throw it 40 and 50 times a game. Sam Darnold's got the right mindset of, hey, we're going to do what's best for this team to win. We want to be a physical football team. We want to win in the line of scrimmage. We want to win with our run game and let that open up with the passing game. He understands that. He gets that. And he's already connecting to his teammates quickly. We've seen him and JSN already have a natural connection. Cooper Kupp has spoke glowingly about him as well. We're already off to a good start to the Sam Darnold era here in Seattle. I have an insane deal, my friends. You see this cutoff hoodie? If Bill Belichick were a Seahawks fan, he would definitely be buying this, and you should buy it too. It's on sale now. It was $55. And then I told the bosses, we got to make sure that Seahawks fans get this thing because you're not going to want to miss out on it. It's on sale for only $33 right now. Chatsports.com/Seahawks sale is where you can get these today. And they're in all sorts of different shapes and sizes to your liking. We also have other Seahawks merchandise at that same link for you as well. Chatsports.com/Seahawks sale to get yours today. Link is in the comments and description of today's video. That's chatsports.com/Seahawks sale to get yours now. Up next, we got my guy, big Texas guy, the rookie tight end, Elijah Arroyo, the second-round pick out of the University of Miami. He is tearing it up. We ran out of Noah Fentanyl as it expired off the counter and has been released. And now Seattle is trying to find other options to replace him. Is it Elijah Arroyo's turn to take that tight end one mantle? Is it A.J. Barner's time? Well, all the talk at Seahawks camp right now is about the rook, and how well he's showing up and showing out. And we've already seen Clint Kubiak say that, hey, we're going to spread him out a bit. We're even going to put him at the X receiver spot in DK's old position at times because we believe him in that much as a vertical threat. He's caught the eye of his quarterback, Sam Darnold. Darnold saying this, Elijah has a lot of great traits. Learning the system, understanding what we're doing, every single play, understanding concepts. You can already tell he studied a ton in the summer, and he's coming here. He really is knowing his stuff right now. We'll see as we continue to go through installs throughout the week, but he's doing a great job so far, and he's a big target, and he's easy to find on the field. And that's significant to hear from Sam Darnold because if you talk about fit, right, and Sam Darnold saying these words, I'll repeat it one more time for you. He's a big target, and he's easy to find on the field. Did you hear that closely? Let me say that one more time. He's a big target, and he's easy to find on the field. Now, why is that important? Tyler Jones? Well, part of Sam Darnold's success last year with the Minnesota Vikings was using T.J. Hawkinson, his tight end, as a safety net. That is something that Sam Darnold is very comfortable with, is getting the ball to the tight end position. So if I'm hearing Sam Darnold already saying, yeah, he's easy to find, he's a big target, that's very good to hear. And the variety of ways he can be used, whether it's in the middle of the field or going vertically, I cannot wait. And I am a full believer in this guy, and I don't think you're going to see much fall off at all. Honestly, I think the best case scenario is he's your tight end one, he's your go-to receiving threat, and A.J. Barner's your tight end two as your primary blocking tight end. And you can use them both, and each of them have a big role in this offense. And I think that'll work. Will Elijah Arroyo beat out A.J. Barner and be the tight end one for Seattle? Predicted for me, Y for yes, in for no. Chime in the comments section. Tell us what you think. Last on our list of the winners, we turn our attention to first-round pick Grey Zabel at the offensive guard spot. The 18th overall selection out of North Dakota State. The man, he loves him some corn. He's got him a stash that looks straight from the mountains, probably hanging out with Uncle Rico. Here's what he had to say on his first training camp. Being locked in every single play and having your best play be the next play, learning from every single play, because coming into this league as a rookie, it's not going to be perfect. But at the end of the day, you've got to get the job done. You got to keep the quarterback vertical, and you got to find a way to move the line of scrimmage. Just understanding that and taking it into a mindset type deal, you're just going to have to will yourself into a block, and you might not have the best footwork or hand placement, but you've just got to fight and continue to fight to find that edge. He's learning right now. In practice earlier this week, he faced a challenge of going up against that big three of Jaron Reed and Byron Murphy and Leonard Williams. And I believe it was Jaron Reed that pulled a little move on him that he didn't see coming. And Jaron Reed talked about, like, yeah, I got him this time, but he's doing a damn good job, and he's making life difficult on us. And he's going to figure out those little tricks of the trade that guys like Jaron Reed are pulling on him. He's being challenged, and that's a good thing. And it's only going to make him more well-prepared and ready for when the games do count here coming up pretty soon. So, with that said, we've gone over the winners. We'll go to the losers in a moment. Who, in your mind, is a winner from Seahawks training camp so far? Weigh in the comment section. Tell me what you think who a winner is. The losers list, Kenny McIntosh. That's an obvious choice, him being out for the season. And then we'll go with A.J. Barner as well on the losers list. Now, let me explain why I have each of these two individuals on the losers list. Let's start with McIntosh. Here's a reality, a tough pill to swallow, kind of like a pill of fentanyl. McIntosh might never play for the Seattle Seahawks ever again. I'm serious. I mean, you think about it. He's done for the year. He's been banged up before already. We'll see about K9's future. Charbonnet is going to be back next year. David Martinez moves up in the depth chart. And then you're probably going to draft a running back next year. It might be Jover at this point for Kenny McIntosh. I hate to see it end this way. I like Kenny McIntosh. I thought he was particularly solid on special teams, but it might be the end of the road. It might be time to wave goodbye to Kenny McIntosh. That's a sad reality. I hate to see it be that way, but unfortunately that might be the case. Meanwhile, with A.J. Barner. Well, we're talking Arroyo here. With A.J. Barner, everyone's talking about Arroyo, okay? Everybody and their mother is talking about how great Elijah Arroyo is. I haven't heard a damn thing about A.J. Barner. It's been real quiet when it comes to A.J. Barner at this point. And if you're trying to win that tight end one job, it's probably better if you're being talked about a lot. And all the attention's on Arroyo. He is in the driver's seat to be that number one tight end at this point in time. And A.J. Barner, he'll have plenty of opportunities. This competition goes through the rest of the preseason. But it's pretty clear as day Arroyo's the leader at the moment. For more Seahawks coverage, subscribe now to Seattle Seahawks Today, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.